Before becoming a TV show that was critically acclaimed across the board, that you're only able to watch on Australia's worst streaming service, The Last of Us was an outstanding game, released right at the end of the PlayStation 3's life cycle. They really squeezed the system dry, and it was one of my favorite games on the console, holding the honor of actually making me do a manly cry. Try to guess what scene it was from. So I wanted to go back and see if this game holds up today, 10 years later. And no, I'm not playing the remaster or remake. Yes, they really keep selling the same game over and over. I whipped out the dusty old PlayStation 3 to play it in its original form. And I do not regret it. From the creators of Uncharted, and they sure let you know that with the box art. Like, come on everyone, you can trust this to be a good game. As it was weird as a brand new IP in the already oversaturated zombie market. And I only got this game because a group of my friends all played the first few levels at one's house, and I was so blown away I had to play it for myself. Man, the good old-fashioned way of marketing. So you start as Sarah, who awakes alone at home, with her dad not there, as you wander the American house.
It's dark and scary.
So looking for your dad, you see on the news that riots are taking place and a sickness spreading, and you see an explosion in the distance. It's all very eerie and perfect at setting the tone, as you see a dad burst in, telling you to get away from the windows. Oh, why's that? Oh, that's why. Oh no, a zombie invasion. It doesn't feel as scary now. So you make it out, but the security guard is like, "Stay back, I'm warning you." That's it, and open fires.
I know, baby, I know. Sarah. Sarah!
Now, years later, you play as the dad, Joel,
We,
who alongside Tess have to survive in the zombie-ridden world where they gotta go and get some guns. Hey, buddy, can I have yours?
Next time I'm gonna put a bullet in your head, you hear me?
And despite being a big Sony game, you kind of forget that back then they didn't always have witty dialogue for every interaction, like when you don't listen to what the NPC says. I can wait all day. Maybe not. You do get extra dialogue if you want by pressing triangle when the button prompt appears over the character's head. So you get your supplies and it's sort of a survival game. Because you're The Last of Us. I mean, yeah, zombie survival. Look, we see the zombies in their natural habitat. And we have to find Robert to get our shipment of guns.
Turn around and get your dumb ass out of here.
Fuck this.
She's lovely. So yeah, the gameplay is third-person shooter where you gotta really watch your ammo because they don't give you too much of it. But you can punch enemies with your fists as well as using objects you pick up like pipes or planks of wood.
Why, I could wallop you all day with this surgical 2x4 without ever knocking you down.
Oh, I just run through the entire area. This was how I got the platinum trophy, by the way. So we find Robert and learn that he sold the gun to the Fireflies, another big survivor group. So Tess says goodbye.
That's a stupid idea.
You know, you only needed one bullet, and the leader of the Fireflies is just there, who says if you deliver a package for me, I'll give you the guns back. And what is that package?
Hello?
So yeah, for some reason, we need to get this girl called Ellie out of the city.
Now hold up, there's a patrol up ahead. Alright.
What patrol? What are you looking at? Don't go senile on me yet, old man. Hey, he sure is an old man, huh? So we get caught, but before they can check if Ellie is infected, she goes gremlin mode and we have to kill them because she actually is infected. However, was bitten weeks ago, meaning she's somehow immune to the infection. So if she can be brought to a hospital, they can manufacture a cure. Oh, so that's why you're important. Well, we make our way through fighting many zombies, as well as a new type of enemies, the iconic clickers, where the infection has taken over their vision and they need to use echolocation to sense movement. But I'm sure this will be fine. So yeah, the PS3's got some very janky movement, but it's fine, because you got crafting with items you find. Bro, this is every kid's dream, to make things like health packs out of alcohol, or the currency of Britain. And this happens in real time, meaning you can't pause the game, making the survival nature even more hectic. Well, we continue through.
You got something on your shoe.
And turn up at the meeting point to drop Ellie off. However, the people are already dead, and Tess freaks out because it turns out...
Oops. right?
And as some guards comes in, she goes out in a blaze of glory, buying us time. As now we have to take the hope of humanity to a hospital outside town. But man, you should have done a better job, Tess. They ain't playing nice. Just let me leave, please. Also, the void. Will we make it to the next town where Joel says he can get a car from a guy he knows, as he slowly gets some interactions between Joel and Ellie.
Hey, look.
I'm Gnome.
Gnomes.
Yeah.
I'm a gnome.
Man, I had an art book filled with these.
And I do appreciate how the game offers these extra things if you look for them. Like any lore you pick up in the world, usually the character's writing down things before they die. Ellie will react to it as if you both just sat down together reading the things you find. So you move on through picking up the trademark PS3 era crossbow, or bow and arrow, because all the games needed it back then. And this town has a lot of traps. God damn it, not again! Guess I'm really Australian now. And eventually you escape the horde with Ellie's help and Bill, that guy you were looking for. He's very friendly.
Hey, what are you... Joel?
Bill!
What are you doing?
Bill! Turn around and get on your knees.
I love his introduction because he's sort of a little paranoid, but you and Ellie bond over him being totally nuts. So he says we can get a car battery from the school to put into a car, and then we can drive it away. But we've got to sneak quietly through because it's a heavily infected area. What the f was that? So into the school we go and see the American school food cafeteria system with its healthy meals out in full force. And slowly over the course of the game, you notice how Ellie actually starts to help out in combat. At first she just hides, but now she can actually help you fight the zombies. So we eventually get to a car and escape, but Bill wants to stay back in his city. Alright, your funeral. However, Ellie stole some of his magazines.
How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff happens. And now we're at the university, where you get a lot more banter.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to want to be, a singer. No, serious.
Sing something.
No,
Come on, I won't laugh.
I don't think so.
As we start to feel that these two are becoming one of those found family tropes, a father and daughter duo. This game probably started my love for that in media. However, in this uni we don't find the Fireflies. I swear they are trying to avoid us. No, they moved to another faraway hospital. But this other group comes in looking for scraps, and it's a bit cold, so we warm them up. However, in a fight, Joel falls off and lands on a metal rod, which is definitely more painful than stubbing your toes on a sofa. Well, maybe not. And so Ellie protects Joel, carrying him out as the game makes you think, wait, he's not dead, right? Nah, he's fine. They wouldn't kill off a main character. But while he's sick, you now have to play as Ellie, hunting for food in the snow. So she kills this bug, but these two appear and are like, hey, we need some food, so if you trade, we can give you antibiotics, which is very helpful for a pole wound. But while one runs back to the town to get the medicine, we get ambushed by a zombie wave, which was fairly straightforward. We survive and they give us the antibiotics. No, Ellie, you should have shot them. It's everyone for themselves here. And she really should have, because she returns to Joel and fixes him up, but that group tracks her down. As it turns out, their group was one of those that we toasted at the university, and they want revenge. Ellie runs out to lead them away from Joel in possibly the most toughest escape I've ever had to do. However, we eventually get captured and thrown into their jail. Hey, what's on the menu? Oh no, that ain't beef. And the leader comes in all creepily, which awakens Joel's dad sense, and he chases after, making sure to warm up anyone caught out in the brutal cold. But that very creepy leader traps Ellie, and it's a boss fight where you have to use the mechanic of chucking bottles of bricks to draw their attention away, while you sneak up and stab them 3 times. And eventually, you win.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Reuniting with Joel as the two continue further to the hospital and see zebras, some swimming, and getting captured by the hospital guards. Also, endgame spoilers here. As Joel wakes up, face to face with that Firefly leader we met before, who says, don't worry, Ellie is fine. She's just going through some surgery to remove the infection from her brain, so we can synthesize a vaccine from it. Oh, but her brain will grow back, right?
Oh, yeah.
This makes Joel go angry dad phase and literally kills the entire hospital staff to find her in the surgical room, where he tranquilizes the doctors, bullets, and grabs Ellie, running towards freedom. However, the leader stops us, going, we can save humanity, it's what she wanted. You don't want to doom humanity just to save this one girl. As the game cuts to Joel driving on the highway. with Ellie. As it turns out, he killed the leader and stole their Jeep. Then telling Ellie, they found more kids like you and they couldn't find a cure. Oh, well, whoops. So I left before they could bill us, American hospitals, etc., etc. As they climb a mountain overlooking a friendly base, Ellie asks, are we really The Last of Us? Joel says yes. Then asking, hey, did you lie to me before? Joel says, I did not lie to you. As the game abruptly ends. And all these years later, man, the story just hits so hard. I really still love this game. However, the gameplay can feel very clunky. I'm not sure if they fixed it in the many iterations they made afterwards, but it definitely is a very PS3 era type of game with that clunky movement. Maybe that's why the show is doing so well, because they cut out all that gameplay. But it was such a great dynamic, you seeing the two grow over the course of the game, and that ending is such an ambiguous way. It's so perfect. Does Ellie believe Joel? Did he really doom humanity because he didn't want to lose another daughter? It felt so cinematic. I'm glad it ended there and the franchise can end on such a high note. Wait, what do you mean there's a sequel? What happens in it? Oh, what the fuck?